Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we are looking at the Thrilling Voyage. Now in here guys, the Silent Wasteland within the Judgement Chronicles is up. I was kind of playing around with this, figuring out exactly how it works. So back to the first stage guys, there are a couple builds. I'm going to wipe everything out of here. So a lot of players have said right from the beginning, this is relatively easy if you're running a very basic formation. So in here, we're going to run Mishka and we're going to run Palmer. And again, they said you can run through a lot of this with these specific setups. This also runs Rain and it runs Rowan in this formation. So again, a lot of basic heroes with Scarlet, and this is the first formation. Now there are a lot of variations. A lot of players have also said this game mode is incredibly easy to get through just based on the builds. Now the second team, we're going to be running our old school Ainz comp. So I'm going to actually run Arthur with Albedo. If I can find Arthur, there's Arthur. Arthur with Albedo for the buffs. We're going to run Ainz in here. Merlin, and I'm going to run Joan. Again, a very, very basic build in here. We're going to drop Merlin in here, and we're going to drop Joan. This is going to run in this one. It does have the Grassy Orb. Again, if you have another pet in here, you can probably use it. We're going to go ahead and begin this battle and see exactly what it looks like. Now, overall, guys, with the abilities of Scarlet, you can see, guys, Scarlet just literally crushes the boss to absolutely nothing. So winning the battle next stage. Now, a lot of players were also saying that this is not, it is not providing you all the stars. So remember, you don't need to cap every single stage with the maximum amount of stars to make this work. You can see, guys, we have some pretty heavy crowd control. Now, we do know that Scarlet is very, very RNG when it comes to taking out the heroes or taking out essentially your own heroes within here. But we do see it. And a lot of players were also saying with one team, since it runs multiple times, I believe until you lose, you can actually just continue to run in here. In addition, you can see it gives you 200 challenges. Now, traditionally, it only gave us 80 challenges in this game mode. This specific game mode is running 200 challenges. Now, if you think about the dynamic of this team, guys, we do have Palmer that is kind of overlaid with Rowan. And again, I don't know, again, the damage kicks in after a little bit, but we have Rowan overlaid with Palmer. So it is a incredible amount of healing in here. Then you just have, of course, some crowd control with Mishka in this formation. And then, of course, Scarlet with her Rain just crushes everything, guys. It is still kind of crazy. Scarlet is, in my opinion, guys, probably still the absolute biggest burst hero that we see. The first battle goes down really easy. Second battle, again, we just have Scarlet right here, unfortunately banished. But Rowan is going to keep her freshly filled with energy. Ult 1, Ult 2, Battle 1, just like that, guys. And I like this game mode. I like this one. One thing to remember with this is it does take a little bit of a hero build. That is something to remember. Some of the other game modes that are actually in here have the ability or have kind of the setup that you get the heroes and you get all of the heroes that you have unlocked completely maxed out. That is not the case in this game mode. I only have the heroes built to the point that I have them built. And again, a lot of players are going to run Awakened heroes in here. We've seen Brutus run through here. We've seen, again, a lot of different heroes, a lot of different builds that have run through here, but we're trying to keep it pretty basic in this one. So I'm hoping that it can help a lot of players. And again, this was shared over, I seen it on Reddit. It's been shared on Discord, just a basic team to get through these formations that are not super expensive, that are not super Awakened. Again, if you're a newer player to AFK Arena, you might not have the Ainz Albedo combination. Now here we get into three teams. Third team, guys, in here is going to be Grez. We're going to put Hodgkin in here. I'm going to run Orin in here. And then we have Silas and we have Oden. So that is going to be the last two in here, which again, there could be a couple variations when you look in here. This is also going to run, it runs the Drury Ball, which works well if you don't have a couple of these heroes. Hodgkin, of course, crowd control. Silas, you could put in Desira. You could put in a couple other support heroes in here to really make this team work and really make this team work effectively. Again, you might have to do a couple resets in here if you don't have some of these heroes. even looking for heroes that kind of run the similar vein or a similar kind of void within team comps will work. If you're looking for buffers, you can look at running Estrilda in formations, work incredibly well. If you have a Theo, works incredibly well. Kanisa and Rook, another combination, again, works very, very well within these formations. Palmer as a buffer, Rowan as a buffer, Desire as a buffer, even looking at Peanut, looking at Nevi, looking at the Awakened version of Solus. Again, super, super dependent. Because you can see, guys, the first team here won the battle, so they actually progress on to the next team until the team, I believe, is defeated. At the time that a team is defeated, it will put in our next team is essentially cumulative battles. Kind of what we see with some PvPs, the LC tournament, stuff like that is your team is out when your team loses, essentially. But because, again, Scarlet is such an absolute monster in here, Saurus would work in this game mode as well. I'm just thinking kind of that buffing aspect within a couple different formations. But now we have three teams. Now we have three teams that work incredibly well. Even here, guys, look at the damage Scarlet puts out. Still one of the absolute burst heroes that we see within this game mode. Here comes the retaliation. Might take out Mishka. Very nice. I was worried they might take out Mishka just because of the sheer amount of damage that Scarlet was putting out. Now, also remember, guys, Scarlet puts out crowd control. So Scarlet does have a couple different abilities in here, and she is just racking up the kills, guys, which is kind of insane. You can see the Mishka shielding, which, of course, 30960 Mishka, guys. When you look even at this formation, Mishka 30960, Scarlet 30960, Palmer really 309 or even 20930 works incredibly well. Rowan only needs the signature item. Rowan doesn't actually need anything else in formations. And Rain, of course, needs the 3 of 9 furniture. So there's not a really kind of super, super solid, strong build within here. I think even like the Awakened Belinda team would work incredibly well in here. There's a lot of different teams that could work through here. And again, it also depends on where your investment is with the heroes that we're running in these comps. That is kind of where some of this variation could come in with team 2, team 3, things of that nature, is really who do you have built is the big one. We're just kind of flying through these stages, guys. Stage number 12, which again, this is the boss stage. And I love the cake over here, remember, from that Savage Souffle. It's Scarlet's damage, guys. She just crushes so much damage so fast. And this is actually yielding you a ton of loot. All right, guys, so last team. We're going to go in here, and it is going to be, of course, Screg. We're going to put Anasta in here. Again, if you have Brutus, you could put Brutus in here. This one is going to run Peanut. We have Saurus, and we have Nevi. This is going to be the final formation, and this one is going to be our final pet in there. I drawing the blank on the name, but that is going to be the final pet, guys, and that is all formations. That is it that we are going to run through here. Again, if we get all of the stars, all of 3 stars, not really a big deal. As long as you get all the loot out of here, you want to run through this game mode. You want to complete it in a timely manner to get it done. Earlier you get the loot, guys, it's better. More awakened heroes, more built heroes, everything of that nature. Make sure you run in here and get the loot out of this game mode. And Rowan in the back, so you can see most of the achievements in here, or the requirements are the middle hero doesn't die. Rowan is incredibly difficult to kill, which is why I do love running him in the back line. He's a hero, guys, that, again, very hard to kill. He has that crowd control that he builds into his own with the ultimate ability, with the shielding, with the healing. Literally, this team has been running through everything. All right, guys, win the battle. Scarlet is charmed. That's never a good thing, especially coming from Namora. And the immunity is really what is holding us up here. Round 2. Iran pulled everybody in, but there's the ult. Boom, the reign of terror, guys. It is just insane with her ultimate ability. And even watch her energy. It goes up so fast. She wasn't even on the allied side to pick up Rowan's potion. Wow. Such a very, very cool team. And again, there's going to be a lot of variations on these. But we wanted to clear this out and get it done. And definitely didn't want to use, like I said, most teams were using 1 or 2 awakened heroes back to the boss. And that's kind of where they were using Brutus and Solus. I seen some with Belinda and Solus again. Those are the 2 biggest priorities to really build within the awakened heroes, like we've talked about before. Look at the damage, guys. Boom. As soon as we get the ult. Because also remember, guys, with Reigns 3 of 9, the damage amplification factor for Scarlet goes through the roof with 30% more damage in there. Stage number 16. We're almost done with this. It is almost through. And again, you get the basic idea with those formations in here. 5 kills right off the bat. Got old school K-Sauce in here. Looks like Crescio is making an appearance, guys. 2 stray bolts take out the next battle. And I'm wondering if Scarlet is just going to wipe this whole thing. Because again, I know the bolts are a little bit on the RNG side. But it seems like with the non-stop, look at it down here, with the non-stop damage that she puts out. Boom, got the immunity in the back from Edwin. That means they're pretty well built in there. That takes us to stage 17. Not sure how many stages are in here. I know we're right on that very end build. Top, so even there, guys, damage control from Rowan in the back. I love it just autos to the next battle. It's really, really cool how they designed this, guys. And looking at the other 2 Fantastic Voyage tabs that we have, this is pretty cool how you can almost auto it. And they did give us those 200 attempts. So they definitely gave us some extra attempts in here, guys, to get this one down. Look at this. We're going to have our first defeat right there. That should kick in team number 2. So there we go, guys. So this is the Ainz team. Boom. Ainz just crushes everything. I still love Ainz, guys. As much as, you know, the utility for Ainz has dropped down quite a bit, his ultimate ability is still just crazy, crazy strong in this game mode. Within, I mean, still PvP aspect, still having some utility in there. Stage number 18. And I love how it cycles through the teams. That's such a very cool way that they did this, guys. Boom, here comes the damage. Alt number 2. Alt number 3. Didn't even have to get to alt number 3. Got Frampton in here versus Palmer. Palmer's just sitting there praying. Rowan with some crowd control, and here comes the alt. Wow. It is pretty impressive to see how much damage Scarlet puts out. Mishka right there with some heavy crowd control. That's it. Just locked down on the crowd control for Scarlet. See, Rowan even went down. They were trying to take him out. Got the shield up. There comes the ult. Of course, going to provide a lot more crowd control. Just need to take a couple of these targets out. Literally, they are just locking down targets. And of course, guys, with Scarlet, when one target falls, a lot more of the damage goes to other targets. So they essentially kind of extrapolates it. When you have 5 targets, then you go to 4, then 3. She still does the same amount of bolts for all of them. The single target, even here, this is the reason she's so strong on boss modes, is all of those bolts are focused on one target singly. Go round number 2. And of course, Palmer is buffing up Scarlet's damage amplification and the crit. Of how the damage doesn't move, guys, and then one bolt comes down. Thus, this one isn't going to move. I think there's something special with this one. Let's see. Because if this team doesn't work, it'll swap in the next team. Which I'm wondering if with the build with this hero specifically. Then it pops in team 2, which is the Ainz team. Got some buffs, got some crowd control. Ainz does a lot of damage, guys. Boom. Gonna take it down 6, 3, 2, 0. There we go. Believe that might be the last one. I think that is the last stage, stage 19, guys. Let's go ahead, collect up all this loot. Got some scrolls, got some cards. I believe that is it. Looks like there's multiple, 15, 15, so we're getting some scrolls. Again, some more time emblems. There is stage 19. Then down here, guys, 31 of 31. So we did clear all of the stars based on the build. Look at that, 31 of 31. So that game mode is done. The zero limit, I don't even play around with, guys. To be able to get one of those frames in here, or how it says top 100 in the bottom. Not even worried about it. If they gave us something to actually build out of here, it'd be really cool. But all right, guys, that'll do it for our Silent Wasteland. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the teams. And as always, thank you guys for watching.